if you were asked to rename the Human Resources Department, what would you name it? We asked HR professionals at the WeCon HR conference. Hear what they had to say and what they thought of our cheesy dad jokes.
Hey there, I'm Krista Vance, entrepreneur and operations leader.
And I'm Matt Vance, award-winning author and social innovation researcher. We're your hosts of the Culture Profit Podcast.
Your place for purposeful company culture strategy.
Learn from HR pros, executives, and thought leaders how to prioritize profits by prioritizing people.
This episode is sponsored by Mobrium, the best friend of forward-thinking HR leaders, helping you strengthen your employer reputation as a reflection of your real culture.
Learn more at mobrium.com. All right, Candie, thanks for joining us here on the Culture Profit Podcast. I've got one question for you. You've just been tasked with renaming the HR department. What do you name it?
The Magicians.
The Magicians. Why?
They have to do so much. HR is so vital to the health of an entire company, and sometimes it takes a little magic to make everything right.
What do you call an apology written in dots and dashes?
Dots and dashes and SOS.
Remorse code.
Adult babysitters department.
Okay, why?
Isn't that kind of what HR is? You kind of got to babysit people a little bit.
Yeah.
The babysitters club, that's better.
What does Charles Dickens keep in his spice rack?
A. B. You're going to give me the options, right?
Nope.
I don't know.
The best of times and the worst of times.
Company success department.
Company success department. That's good. Okay, so why would you choose that?
Because I want people to think that it's not really HR and we're cool people and we're aiming for their success.
I'm a little nervous.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
Oh my gosh, is this one of your dad jokes?
It is, yeah. I actually forgot my cards. I came up with that one in my head.
Oh shoot, a bear with no teeth.
I got this one for my kids.
Bear tooth bear. I
Close.
don't.
Gummy bear.
Oh, and I ate those earlier. Okay.
I'd just say that's the HE department, the human experience department. I don't know.
Human experience. Okay. Why would you
I'd probably
say
name it the recruiting department since I'm a recruiter.
the recruiting department?
I just think everybody needs everyone's at work and they're having, I don't know, an experience with their coworkers, experience relationships. I'd probably say that. I'm big on relationships. I'd probably just say the relationship or people department. People, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think
that.
it's all about people. It's all about, it's all about how people interact with each other.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. Okay. What led you to that name?
Because in HR, you're supposed to be, I feel, for the employees and the people. That's who you help. That's who you're there for, right? Whether they have complaints or whatever the situation may be. It's all about them.
Why did the man stop working in the shoe recycling store?
I don't know why.
It was soul destroying.
Oh my goodness. I have one for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why was the chicken scared to cross the road?
I should have a good answer for this.
Because
Heroes.
Heroes. Okay, why?
Because we're in the background making, everything run, making miracles happen, and people may not even know, but we're saving them here and there. And we're happy to do it. We love it. We're glad to do that.
If you have 13 apples in one hand and 10 oranges in the other, what do you have?
A mess.
Big hands.
Okay, that's excellent.
Do you have a joke?
I do.
Okay.
I've got a joke for you.
Let's
Ready?
hear it.
This is my favorite all-time joke.
Okay.
This is the greatest joke of all time. What is green, red, and sticks to the wall?
Green, red, and sticks to the wall.
Right.
Green, red, and sticks to the wall.
I got him stumped.
You did get me stumped. I'm going to go with an apples to apples card with double-sided tape.
No. A frog if you throw it hard enough.
Can I tell you what I'd not rename it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I know that so many companies are doing like people department and people whatever.
Okay.
but I just don't love it. So I don't know what I'd name it, but I know what I would not name it.
Why is turning 32 the fastest birthday?
Why?
It's the 32nd birthday.
That's awesome.
You've just been tasked with renaming the HR department. What do you rename it?
We're not so scary.
We're not so scary. Okay. Why would you give it that name?
You know, we just heard a presentation earlier where they talked about the reputation that HR has. And there is a lot of reputation around things like discipline or things along those lines, but they're also the keepers of the culture. Mm-hmm. And so many times as I've worked with people in HR and as I work with executives and senior leaders, they really do have a desire to support and really protect a good culture. So if there's any recommendations, I would say build a good relationship with the people who are in HR at your company. And whether you're a leader or your employee, it can be really good because they can be great friends and advocates for you. Whether you want to promote, whether you need to learn how to navigate something with a team, we're not so scary.
There you go. What do you call a wolf that notices everything?
A wolf that notices everything. I don't know.
A werewolf. Why was the burglar feeling sensitive?
The burglar feeling sensitive. Oh, I don't know. You're going to have to tell me.
He takes things personally.
Oh, my God.
I would call it culture builders.
Culture builders?
Yes,
okay, why?
Because I think a lot of what starts is HR, and they have to start connecting and building a strong relationship with the executive team in order to then trickle down what the culture should be for the rest of the company. Because I also am a strong believer that if the executive team and HR are not working together and have a good partnership and they're not on the same page, then the rest of the company is going to feel that. So I do believe that a lot of it, though, starts with the efforts from HR, because they will also help educate what executives need to know as to why it's important to have a strong culture.
Why didn't the son go to college?
I don't know.
Because it already has 1 million degrees.
That's good.
The awesome department.
The awesome department.
The
Why?
Awesome department. Because I feel like HR gets to do the awesome things. We care about the people and we get to create the culture, and the culture should always be awesome.
What did the cheddar say to the blue cheese? This is a cheesy question.
It is. I don't know. What did the cheddar say to the blue cheese?
Looking sharp.
I would actually call it cultural awareness.
Cultural awareness.
Because the thing is, I think HR is really about the culture of the company and not just about like human relations. I think human relations, I think is like so broad of a spectrum, but I think it's about the culture of the company. So I would probably call it cultural relations, because HR is always talking about diversity. HR is always talking about inclusiveness. So if you call it cultural relations, I think people feel more comfortable about talking about anything that they want to see in the culture of their company, whether it be good or bad, because I think you have to hear the negative to understand and get to the positive.
What does the painter do when she gets cold?
Oh. I mean, she for sure doesn't hang herself out to dry. What does she do?
She puts on another coat.
Oh.
I probably call it human capital management, which
Okay.
makes me incredibly unpopular amongst my peers. But there you go. That's what probably I would call it.
So why would you name it that? Human capital management.
Well, I'm most of the world's zigging and I'm zagging with that answer just a little bit. But the answer to that is I name it that because it best relates to managers, what my true role in the organization is.
Why were the two blue cheeses identical?
Why? I don't know why.
They were from the same mold.
Oh, good one.
You know, because in HR, we really advocate for our employees. We want to get to know them really well. We want to know what's going on in their lives, what's going on in their families, and what's their ultimate goal. Because I feel like when you build a relationship with somebody, they trust you, and you build that trust, you can understand where their gifts and talents are. And once you understand that, you can get them on the right spot in your bus and drive that bus to where your company needs it.
What does a claustrophobic astronaut need?
Air?
Just a little space.
I like that.
Thanks for tuning in to the Culture Profit Podcast and for being a part of our journey to prove that putting people first is best for business.
Today's episode was sponsored by Mobrium.
Want to get more employee reviews and streamline your employer reputation? Visit mobrium.com.
Now go find one way to prioritize your people and watch your profits grow.